been a while since I've found a song that I actually really liked. A song that has stuck in my head or made me think about things a little bit. But I have been able to find that very type of song with this one that I'm talking about today called Kashmir by TK Maidza. I don't know anything about her, unfortunately, or them. I don't know anything about them, unfortunately, but I would like to know more. This video is mostly just a rundown of why I like it on the first sort of, honeymoon phase of liking a song and being able to just appreciate the things that I love, because there isn't enough of that on the internet. So let's dive deep into this wonderful, angelic song. The intro to this song sort of sets the tone for everything. There's a beautiful choir sounding vocal mix that goes along with the melody that eventually comes into the chorus. It's like you're about to go into a church for really cool people, like the people who you actually trust enough to go to church with. Very comforting. It almost makes you want to take a second and just sort of absorb it all. It does remind me of the times that I've been to church and just kind of sat and just think about the architecture and why this was even made, that sort of thing. It does put things into scale a little bit, almost like you're learning about astronomy or something. I like that. We get some pretty heavy lyrics about pain and being able to live your life without any fear or, being able to feel safe, that sort of thing. And it's delivered with the beautiful lyrics that come in. Her voice is just like this beautiful mix of like feminine, sort of high-pitched, Ariana Grande, but also strong and grounded at the same time. Something that I really admire in singers, because it's hard to pull off both of those things at the same time. Yet, she has done it, and it sounds incredible. The way that the melody works is also pretty cool. It makes me think about all of these early 2000s songs that I used to listen to about like pop, structure and stuff. I love to be able to listen back on those sorts of songs. Like the other day I was listening to Cool Kids. I don't remember who it was by, but that song was really, really popular for a long time. And yes, it was catchy, but there was also like sort of a unique element to it a little bit. Anyway, she kind of made the perfect pop song in this sense that it feels different, but also you wanna have that mystery. You want to be able to learn more about whatever thing is there, right? And I like that a lot. She then goes on to talk about some of the issues with having dark thoughts, life, and being able to not talk about it with anyone else, to talk to people that you love about subjects that are taboo. Even nowadays, you may be like, Azura, it's not the 1800s, but I think that people underestimate it a lot. I hate hiding things from the people that I love, but you have to do it to be able to fully form yourself. And it's not about lying, but about, being able to express yourself in a different way, I think. And she talks about how it can be painful to hide that sometimes. And I thought that it was quite interesting that at the end of the first verse, she does not rhyme the last line. Almost like she's kind of stepped out of the song for a minute, just sort of to think about what she had said. And then once the pre-chorus starts, everything goes back to the same tempo. It's a lot more bright, and all of these beautiful sounds come together to make this wonderful sort of, it's like a recipe, when something just works, when all the flavors mix together perfectly. It brought me so much joy, and her voice just gets better and better as it goes along. She continues to talk about these dark thoughts. I think she does this by using dark web references about how a lot of the time you should not have to tell everyone about whatever thing is going on in your head. I can really relate to that. I've had my issues with mental health and other problems, so it's a little bit nice to hear that. Even though people around me, I'm lucky to have a great support system, it's still hard to talk about some of the thought processes sometimes, because that sometimes they can't get it. But sometimes that's okay. The chorus hits and it's like this smooth, lazy kind of, I don't say this very often, but it's very much like a weed song. You want to smoke weed while you're listening to this song. It's like, whoa, yes. I want to think about life whilst jamming to this one. And she talks about how it's hard to keep all of these things inside. You have to carry it around, knowing that what you're thinking is incorrect somehow, or it goes against a certain way that people perceive you. That's really nice. I feel that way often. It sort of has this genuine sense of hope behind it. It's hard right now, but we may as well stick it out. And I might be completely misinterpreting the song. I'm just looking at the lyrics a little bit, but I don't know if the intended meaning really matters to me personally. I like when I can just listen to a song and just sort of understand it that way. But I really appreciate that it isn't a love song. It's a song just about feelings, and I'm really tired of love songs, to be honest. Although I was thinking about putting another song in this video instead that is a love song. But I think that Cashmere kind of has more significance. And she says the line, "I'm soft like cashmere." There's this sort of duality between the part of her who is thinking these thoughts, but also the part of her that's soft and, sensitive. And that's important to recognize and not be ashamed of. I love the rap section as well. She is so good at putting in these tones and these voices that kind of just perfectly work together. It doesn't feel cringy like some rap can feel, especially with slow songs like this. When I first started listening to it, I was like, oh, this doesn't need a rap at all. But she somehow made it flow together seamlessly, like a beautiful gown. It just comes out of left field, but also in a good way. The rest of the song kind of follows suit with the same sort of tone that I've been describing. It has a perfect runtime. It felt like she put in the right amount of time to each thing. The pre-chorus feels perfectly timed. Some songs are being dragged out a little bit too long, or maybe they don't have a very good ending, Not a lot of people know how to end songs properly, sometimes they just cut them off immediately, and it feels like, what was that about? I don't feel good about it. TK ends the song with a fade out, which I think is really underrated. I love the fade out, it's able to sort of bring you into a trance, oh, what a beautiful song. I don't know, for me personally, it makes me think about how much I appreciated it and how much I liked listening to it. Anyway, go stream Cashmere on Spotify. It's a great song. It's a great song. And I do not know her pronouns. I sort of switched between the two. I apologize if they are incorrect. Anyway, thank you for watching. I'm sorry I have been offline for a while, but I might come back with some new videos soon. Maybe even ASMR if you guys prefer that. But for now, I'll see you later, and don't forget to sleep well. Night, night.